Hi, welcome to Pete's Kitchen, helping preachers preach better. And today what I wanted to show you was visual illustrations, video illustrations. And so this week I happened to use a video illustration, so I wanted to show you why I use it, how I used it. But first, let me show you the illustration. What I was preaching through Daniel chapter 10, and we were talking about the fact that Daniel 10 kind of takes away the curtain, opens the curtain of the spiritual realm. And I wanted to illustrate what that was kind of like. So here's the illustration that I used. Okay, I want to talk to you about augmented reality. Reality is what we see. You know, you can see over my shoulder, that's what we see a harbour, we see some boats. Augmented reality are a whole bunch of apps that have been developed for iPhones and smartphones that enable us to see things that we may not have seen, or help us to understand what we're actually looking at. So here is an app that has a whole bunch of different labels of things that we can see. Now they're there, they're real, it's just that we can't see them. That's what the Bible does. The Bible actually shows us the spiritual reality of what we can't see. It's there, it's just that we need something up here to show us what we're actually looking at. Okay, so that was the illustration. You could have basically said, well, why didn't you just, hold up your camera, or I could have just explained what augmented reality means, but I wanted to actually show it, and I wanted to show it in reality. That is, actually outside, so that people could see what it was really like. And I think that just added a bit more depth to it. It also was interesting that when I was speaking, people were kind of with me. When I put the illustration on, everyone was really glued to the screen, and it just helped bring back people's attention. Let me give you a little bit of advice though. If you are going to do this, a couple of things that you might find really helpful. Firstly, cameras are really good these days. In fact, I film all of this stuff on my iPhone. It's a fantastic thing. But if you're going to do something like this and you have the chance, invest in a decent microphone. I use a Rode Canon microphone. I think it cost me around $200, and it's definitely worth investing in if you get a chance. Second thing is invest in a decent tripod. You don't have to spend a lot of money on that. I use a Gorilla tripod, costs around 20 bucks. Holds my iPhone quite well, or it does hold other cameras quite well as well. Make sure that you keep your editing simple. It doesn't have to have fancy transitions or anything like that. And if you plan things out, you should actually just spend only a couple of minutes editing, basically cutting the end, cutting the start, making sure there are any drop-ins that you need to put in. Just keep it really, really simple. Don't spend a lot of time on it, and it just won't be distracting for anything else that's going on. Make sure that when you are filming that you keep the background clear. I've got a bad background because it's just in my study, but in the video you notice that I was actually in the harbour and you could see what was going on. The background can either add or distract from what you're actually saying, and that's one of the key things about a video. Finally, and this is a little thing, but if you can, for the sake of what's called in the industry continuity, if you can wear the same clothes that you were in the illustration as you're planning to wear when you preach, it adds a little bit of continuity to the whole thing. No one will make a comment about it, but they will notice, and they'll just be, you want to make sure that everything is kind of seamless, if you can, between what you're saying and the illustration. So there you go, there are video illustrations. Hope you can enjoy, have a crack at using one at some point along the way. Don't overuse them. But if you've got any questions or any comments that you'd like to make sure you put it in the comment box. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and keep preaching well.